Radhastami to everyone. Radhe Jaya Jaya Ma Tavadaite. Radhe Jaya Jaya Ma Tavadaite. Gokula Taruni Mandala Mahite. Gokula Taruni Mandala Mahite. Radhe Jaya Jaya Ma Navadaite. Radhe Jaya Jaya Ma Navadaite. Radhe Jaya Jaya Ma Navadaite. Damodar Rati Vardhana Bese Harines Kruta Vranda Vipinese Damodar Rati Vardhana Bese Harines Kruta Vranda Vipinese Radhe Jaya Jaya Ma Dhavadaite Radhe Jaya Jaya Ma Dhavadaite Vrishabhanudadi Navasasi Lekhe Vrishabhanudadi Navasasi Lekhe Lalita Saki Guna Ramita Vishakhi Vrishabhanudadi Navasasi Lekhe Lalita Saki Guna Ramita Vishakhe Radhe Jaya Jaya Ma Dhamadaite Radhe Jaya Jaya Ma Dhamadaite Karunam Kurumai Karunabharite Karunam Kurumai Karunabharite Sanaka Sanatana Manita Charite Sanaka Sanatana Manita Charite Radhe Jaya Jaya Ma Dhavadaite Radhe Jaya Jaya Ma Dhavadaite Radhe Jaya Jaya Ma Dhamadaite Gokula Tarni Mandala Mohite Gokula Tarni Mandala Mohite Radhe Jaya Jaya Ma Dhamadaite Damodar Rati Vardhana Bese Damodar Rati Vardhana Bese Harines Kruta Vranda Vipinese Harines Kruta Vranda Vipinese Radhe Jaya Jaya Ma Dhamadaite Radhe Jaya Jaya Ma Dhamadaite Vrishabhanudadi Navasati Lekhe Vrishabhanudadi Navasati Lekhe Lalita Saki Guna Ramita Vishakhi Lalita Saki Guna Ramita Vishakhi Radhe Jaya Jaya Ma Dhavadaite Radhe Jaya Jaya Ma Dhavadaite Karunam Kurumai Karunabharite Karunam Kurumai Karunabharite Sanaka Sanatana Vanita Charite Sanaka Sanatana Vanita Charite Radhe Jaya Jaya Ma Dhamadaite Radhe Jaya Jaya Ma Dhamadaite गोकुलतरणी मण्डलमहिते गोकुलतरणी मण्डलमहिते राधे जय जय माधव दयिते दामोदर रति वर्धन बेसे दामोदर रति वर्धन बेसे हरिनिष्कृत वृंदा विपिने से हरिनिष्कृत वृंदा विपिने से राधे जय जय माधव दयिते वृषभानुधादी नवससि लेखे वृषभानुधादी नवससि लेखे ललिता सखी गुण रमित विचाखे ललिता सखी गुण रमित विचाखे माधे जय जय माधव दयिते करुणां कुरु मयि करुणाभरीते करुणां कुरु मयि करुणाभरीते सनक सनातन वनीत चरिते सनक सनातन वनीत चरिते राधे जय जय माधव दयिते राधे जय जय माधव दयिते राधे जय जय माधव दयिते श्री राधा श्याम सुंदर की जय. I'll read the birth pastime of Srimati Radharani, then we'll see about the Barsana dham, the land where Shubham Maharaj and Kirtida Sundari lived along with Srimati Radharani. The prince of Raja, sitting with his friends, took his evening meal and taking permission from Yashodas, went to the effulgent assembly for one prahara of time with the intention of giving happiness to all every evening. Then, taking permission from the elders, sent all except the elders home. He entered the huge inner chambers and taking permission from his mother, met with Subal and Madhumangal and other intimate friends. Making the two reciters follow, he then went to Radha's bower, the abode of the highest bliss, situated in the lotus petal of Gokula, which has been previously described. When Krishna arrived there, suddenly the gentle smiling woman manifested all bhavas such as zeal, bewilderment, astonishment, pride, shyness, remorse, fear, respect, joy, and desire. Being the most surprised, they became stunned. When Radha saw Krishna suddenly arrive, her eyes underwent many changes. Their eyes became wide with joy, showed crookedness, expanded and contracted, became filled with tears, and became motionless. No woman is equal to Radha. Anaya Aradyate iti Radha, the topmost worshipper. So another meaning I was considering, I'll have to update with Shastra though. Ra means one who gives the greatest, the topmost pleasure. Ramante yogino anante satyananda chidatmiti ramapadena. Param Brahma Vidiyate. That is Rama, that R is generally is representing the ultimate supreme happiness. Vladini potency, the pleasure potency. Da means one who gives. So she is always trying to give, ready to give. She is always trying to give pleasure to Krishna. She is always fulfilling the desires of Lord Krishna without him asking or requesting. So she knows the in her heart, in one sense, they are not different. Krishna expanded himself into Radharani, separated and two. Servant girls decorated with the best qualities laid out a deer-skin man of a hasta in the center of the large yard spread with jewels. He sat on the western portion of the mat facing east. Servants waved white chamaras. Krishna sat, appearing to be the life wear of Radha, operating externally. He took Radha's hand and had her sit to his left. Always, whenever we bow down, so the Lakshmi is the energies always should be on the left. As we look through Grihastha married, then wife should be on the to our left. So Yeah, to our left always whenever we are in the igna or when we are sitting. So that's how generally it is. So that's why when we bow down also we should be towards the left. Lord should be towards our left. Right, Guru should be towards our right. That's how we should bow down. Facing the groups of doe-eyed women whose lives were floating in the waves of rasa mixed with their joy. Subal and other friends sat on the right side. All the friends were present there with the desire to serve appropriately the appearance of new youth in Krishna. The two reciters stood in the center between the edges of the two groups, facing Radha and Krishna, absorbed in the couple's blossoming affection. Some of Krishna's friends accompanied the two reciters with music having the raga and tala. The groups of friends were like two necklaces covered with gems, and the two young reciters were at the front between the two groups. The beauty of Krishna and Radha with black and gold complexions interchanging appeared like the center jewel of the necklace. Though happy with the surrounding, the couple was absorbed in glancing at each other. Seeing this, the two reciters remained stunned for a few moments. With attention while smiling, the two boys on the order of Krishna began the introductory verses with folded hands. They defined the subject. The two persons, one golden and the other black, spread their effulgence in the mind, while the first wears blue and the second wears yellow cloth. The wise have concluded that indescribable spotless prema, though one entity, has appeared separately in these two forms. They offered action. So राधा कृष्ण प्रणय विकृति आह्लादनीय शक्ति अस्मात् एक आत्मनो पुरा देह वेदो गतौ गौ. That's what is one personality expanded into two. Krishna is one expanded into Radha and Krishna. Uddhava, the opposite aspect, Uddhava, who was accepted by Krishna as his equal, has said that the glory of the gopis cannot compare to anything and offered respect to the dust of their feet. Among all the gopis, I offer respect to Radhika, worshipped by all, whose moon-like body of prema Krishna follows everywhere like a chakora bird. They invoked blessings. May the prema which Krishna showers on Radha and her Sakis with bliss, and which is famous for inundating the whole world, illuminate our intelligence. And it's such that Lord Krishna is ready to serve. The gopi is ready to serve Srimati Radharani. He enters into Barsana Dham, not as supreme master, not as a supreme enjoyer, but as a servant. He enters into that mood. So generally, this is the mood in which one must enter into the holy dham, especially Sri Dham, Dham, Navadvip Mayapur Dham, Sri Jagannath Puri Dham, Barsana Dham. One should enter with this mood. Forget our belongings, forget our identities of this material world, various identities, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudra, engineer, doctor, whatever, Indian, American, whatever, all so many identities we are carrying. All those identities we have to leave behind and enter into the holy dham as a servant of the Guru and Krishna. That is the identity we should enter with. Leave everything else behind. Otherwise, we can't see the holy dham, we can't see Radha and Krishna, we can't see the actual real love and real essence. Lord Krishna himself is teaching that he left everything behind. Is even though he's supreme master, supreme control, supreme enjoyer, he left everything behind and enters into especially Barsana Dham to taste that eternal service. This mutual exchange of service is always both sided. Lord Krishna is always serving his god boys Nanda and Yashoda and gopis, and also other side also they are also serving, want to serve Sri Krishna to the highest, topmost, the best. Srimad Radharani is the topmost and the best who can serve Krishna with great expertise. No one can excel. So that's what we are seeing here. Further it described. As the two glanced at each other with a spread smile, Snigdakanta began speaking enthusiastically. Though one should describe the sweetness of Radha's birth, just as Krishna was described, I will describe it with some abbreviation. This is described in Srimad Bhagavatam. Tam Aradhya Nandasya Vraja Sarva Samruddhiman Harer Nivas Atma Gunai Rama Kridam Abhum Rupa. O Maharaj Parikshit, the home of Nanda Maharaj is eternally the abode of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and his transcendental qualities, and is therefore always naturally endowed with the opulence of all wealth. Yet, beginning from Lord Krishna's appearance there, it became the place for the pastimes of the goddess of fortune. 10.5.18. He further explained, from the time Krishna was born, Braja was endowed with the prosperity of the whole universe because Krishna resided there. It became the playground of many Lakshmis. As the full moon is chief among the constellations, Radha is chief among the Lakshmis. Sarva Lakshmi Mahi Radha. Sarva Kanti Mahi Radha. So, on the partial expand Lakshmis and the Gopi, the queens of Dwaraka are are what do you call? So, I forget the Sanskrit term. And gopis are our own expansions, three levels. Radha is the chief among the Lakshmi, though she shines more in the presence of Krishna during the waning moon, Krishna Paksha. Brahat Gauti Tantra also praises her especially. Radhika, absorbed in Krishna, is the supreme deity. The combination of all Lakshmi is endowed with all beauty and most attractive. Devi Krishna Mayi Prokta Radhika Paradevata. Sarva Lakshmi Mayi Sarva Kanti Sammohini Para. Everybody is attracted by Krishna, but Krishna is attracted to someone else, that is Srimati Radharani. The birth of these Lakshmis of Raja was almost glorious. Why speak of Lakshmi? Starting from Pajanya, three men were most fortunate, coming in an incomparably praised family from the mother said Vaishya. The members of the family were attached to the descendant of this line, Krishna, and thus searched for a proper match for him. Carefully giving up the wives of the Brahmanas, performing sacrifice, Krishna showed respect for for the rules. But he cannot be properly matched. He could not properly match. In this condition, Radha accepted birth in the ocean of great cohort named Vrishabhanu Maharaj, of good family and great wealth. Poets praise her thus. The milk ocean of Vrishabhanu was a mine of gems in the form of his many sons, but became perfect in producing nectar through the birth of Radha. She took birth when the moon was in Anuradha constellation. That's another one. The Krishna's is what is that? Rohini Nakshatra. Krishna's Lord Krishna's birth. Lord Ramachandra's Punarvasu Nakshatra. That is the Nakshatra I was born in. And Radharani is in Anuradha Nakshatra. So constellation bringing joy to all 1 year after the birth of Krishna. After her birth, when asked about her beauty, seeing the beauty of her face, people would describe it in these terms. If analogies to the new moon, a golden lotus, chakora bird, or a shower of nectar do not apply to Radha, who is beyond compare. What use are they? What to speak of Radha? All the young gopis of Raja may be described in this way. It is well known that Lakshmi follows the Lord. All glories to those gopis who are called such to hide their identity as Lakshmis. Radha grew just as Krishna grew. As the moon waxes and its beauty also increases, so Radha's beauty increased as she grew. Some women describe Radha as she reached the middle of her Kaumara age. Just look, she has pink cloth over her lower limb. There is a delicate thread in her newly pierced ears. While wandering eyes, she plays with her friends in the dust. She resembles Lakshmi with her first trace of beauty. When the girls grew, their beauty became famous everywhere. Their parents could not ignore this and began to worry. We do not know what wicked Kamsa will do now. Every day when they met, they could think internally about this. We should betroth them all. Among the boys, none is as qualified as Krishna. All others are inferior. These girls defeat Lakshmi and Krishna makes Narayana inferior. Therefore, Krishna should marry these girls since he is equal to them. What more can we say? Our houses, friends, possessions, and souls and lives are for making Krishna happy. Since he does not have a sacred thread, he cannot get married yet. But it is necessary to perform their betrothal verbally in the assembly of the honest people. While they considered and concluded in this way, after understanding the situation, Ominish and Garga, though thought he should prevent this, after considering the advice of Vasudeva to keep Krishna's presence in Vraja secret. I cannot fully comprehend his pastimes. Though we are inspired by his Leela Shakti, he acts, he acts contrary to our views. For instance, Narada gave instruction to Kamsa so that Devaki's 6 children were killed by him because he wants to increase. bring Krishna's birth. Otherwise, it's getting delayed. So that's when Narada went and spoke to Kamsa what's going to happen, what is expected in the next few days. But such contrary acts should not occur now. One must simply pray so that such reverses do not occur for the girls. When conditions will more favorable when Krishna returns after killing Dantavaktra, then all conditions will be perfect for marriage. This happened after Dantavaktra's killing, the marriage. The reflecting in this way without delay, he went to splendid Vraja. While going, he went to see a Purnamasi who was absorbed in. She is always there assisting. Purnamasi, Vrunda Devi. They are the both assisting Radha and Krishna. Pretty much marriage, everything. Every day, they are the ones coordinating. Who was absorbed in meditation. In her thatched hut, repeatedly informed her of the situation. I should do this, and you should make arrangements so that the gopis do not have actual relationship with other men. It's only a perception by people that they do. Talking to Purnamasi and avoiding Narada, Garga wandered on the outskirts of Raja. When people saw him, they lost their worries and worshipped him with the respects. While hoping to have their desire fulfilled, they asked his welfare and indirectly asked him, "We have some anxiety. What should we do?" Garga said, "I understand this is almost astonishing, but you should understand this well. One worry, like a spike in the heart, remains. Sometime after Krishna and your daughters meet, he will leave Raja for a long time. What can I say about your daughters? If they remain determined and keep within them the image of Krishna because of great attraction, in spite of not seeing him regularly, no one will be able to prevent this image from appearing. This will produce other problems. Therefore, Krishna will arrange that the daughters are married to others in order to fool Kamsa. This is one reason. So many reasons are there, but this is one reason. Giving this instruction to Garga, the priest of the Yadus departed, respecting his instruction. All the cohorts, though wanting to hide their daughters, began thinking of suitable grooms for them. Best, their desire for Krishna was always strong. Nanda and Yashoda also developed a strong desire that Krishna marry all the girls. Seeing Radha's beauty, they particularly desired that she marry him. But Garga had forbidden this, and thus their attempts were defeated. But their regret would not cease. Nanda's brothers also thought in this way, troubled by the ordinance, though they thought that it was not proper to give their sons to those girls, and resisted it. Rather, out of pure affection, they all were determined that Krishna should marry the girls. Everyone saw them acting and arranging in this way. What is the reason? There is an eternal relationship between the suitable objects. Do not all conscious beings find this pleasing? Gold is joined to gems, autumn is joined with the pond, and the moonlight is joined to the waxing moon. Though the fathers of the daughters desired that their daughters marry Krishna, since Garga came as an independent informer and spoke, their desires were thwarted. Not noticing their own son, they treasured Krishna as their object of joy. Though knowing the secret, in order to apply the proper action as described by Garga, the fathers of the girls approached Nanda privately and asked him to clarify the meaning. It is fortunate that the daughters were born here. It is proper that they be given to Krishna. If we accept that, we will give our daughters to him on some pretext. We can make this union possible. Hearing this, Nanda with a sign began to speak. I will not seek out these relationships for my son, and you know this. Your children are objects of affection for me as much as you, and you must get them married. I will give all assistance for their marriage. When their enthusiasm was thus dampened, taking Nanda's permission, they made external efforts for their daughters' marriages, though they had no taste for giving them to anyone else. The young girls were not aware of this, since they were absorbed in their activities as children, because they are still small. In those days, the ages are different, not now. It's getting even much later, 30 years and above 30 years only they are getting married. But those days, at least 30, 40, 50 years ago, it's in 20s. At least boys at 20, women's side is around less than 20. Previously, it's even further down. Boys are less than 20, and girls are almost close to 10, 11, 12, like that. So not much, but nowadays completely changing. The young girls were not aware of this. An austere woman named Purnamasi, functioning as a Yogamaya, lived in a deep forest of Vrindavan. A certain woman would go to her almost every day and night for consultation. One could not discern whether she was a devata or a human. She desired to act favorably for Krishna's pastime while protecting Vrindavan. She was a creeper of affection for Radha and other gopis. Her name was Vrindarika, but was called Vrinda for short. Hearing the sorrowful news with great pain, she went to Purnamasi. This is Tulsi Marani, Vrinda Devi. When she arrived, Purnamasi was sitting chanting japa. See that everybody always remembering Krishna, always chanting japa, singing about Krishna. So this is their business, everyday business. They have no other business. Whatever activities will go on, but always remembering Krishna, never forgetting Krishna is sm- smartavya satado Vishnu, smartavya najad. This is the highest, the topmost principle in essence of all scriptures. When she approached after offering respect, Purnamasi quickly went and embraced her, giving her blessing. She inquired from her, the pure heart, please say, why are you coming here at such an improper time? Dunda said, something terrible had happened. How can you be without worry? Purnamasi said, what has caused you such worry? Dunda said, oh, all of Krishna's beloved gopis are going to be married to other men. Purnamasi said, how do you conclude this relationship? Vrunda said, I can see the relationship with my eyes. Purnama said, they will not get married to other men. I will prevent this by using my magical powers. Vrunda said, but they will be condemned by the people. Purnama said, this will not occur for the sages have sung. Na suyam balu krishnaya mohitastasya maya Manyamanam swaparswastam swan swan dharam brajaukasaha. The cowherd man, bewildered by Krishna's illusory potency, though thought their wives had remained home at their sides. Thus, they did not harbor any jealous feelings against him. 10:33:37. This is Srimad Bhagavatam. Because the girls will not produce sons. When it is said that they fed the infant milk, though the words infant and milk are mentioned, they did not feed them their breast milk. Thus, they did not have children. Thus, statements indicating sons were just Krishna's joking with them. See that because sometimes we get bewildered. So this is what we have to understand. Well, this is real Rupa Goswami. The song we sang also Rupa Goswami. Rupa Goswami knows in and out of what's going on in the heart of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He knows in and out of what's going on in Radha's heart and Krishna's heart. So this is what this is our expert Acharya. Rupa Manjari is serving Lalita and Vishaka, assisting in Radha and Krishna's partner. So that's why he knows what's happening. He is the one who has written this. Gopal Champu. No, Jiva Goswami has written, but so yes, yeah, Jiva Goswami has also been instructed by Rupa Goswami, has given all the guidance. So his nephew, yeah, Anupam, Rupa Goswami's brother, Anupam's son is Jiva Goswami. Mahaprabhu sucked his thumb, sucked his toe. So I think our Jiva Goswami sucked his toe. Either way, Mahaprabhu's mercy was given to Jiva Goswami when he was small in especially Gupta Vrindavan, Rama Keli. That's where this instance happened. Vrinda said, if they are given to other men, this would cause them great hardship. Since the wise cannot think of any way to prevent this, why are you giving regard to your own vows now? Purnamasi said with a smile, all this will not happen. Depart in joy. From the falling at her feet with joy, began to weep in bliss. Raising her up and comforting her, Purnamasi sent her off to the forest. Having faith in Purnamasi's word, Vrunda gave a sigh of relief and passed a few days with a fearless heart. But then, hearing the girls would be married with a pale face, she went quickly to Purnamasi and stood there like a clay doll. Purnamasi said, what has happened that you appear so disturbed? Vrunda said, nothing will come from my mouth. How can I speak? Purnamasi said, lotus eyed one, do not worry. Vrunda said with a rough laugh, oh dear lady, how can you say that? Purnama said, today their marriage will not take place. Vrunda said, oh, wise one, everyone is saying this as if it were visible. Purnama said, where are the young girls? Vrunda said, it is said that because they are very young, they are being kept in their father's houses. Purnama said with affectionate anger, why do you not trust my words? We are only repeating rumors. Nanda said in the O respectable man, let the truth be untrue. But I do not understand your meaning. Purnamasi said with a smile, the people do not speak lies, but the girls will not be married. Nanda said, I do not understand. Purnamasi said, this is correct, for it is said, though you are the Leela Shakti, the Lord's Kala Shakti will appear within you. He will engage you as that bewildering Shakti in these events. Vrinda said in a pleading voice, please reveal the secret. Purnamasi, laughing for a moment, said in a low voice, I have produced for all of them something like a bad dream in a waking state. Believing this and sighing, Vrunda said, therefore, the woman should not say, I am so and so's wife. Purnamasi said, this will not happen. The sages sing as follows in Gopal Tapan Upanishad when the gopis asked Durvasa, Durvasa said, Krishna will be your husband. Sukadeva has called them the wives of Krishna. Krishna Vadvaha. During the description of Rasa Leela in ordering Uddhava, Krishna himself says that the gopis are his very self. He said, go to Braja, Uddhava, and make my parents happy. As a Brahmana identifies himself as a Brahmana, so Krishna identifies himself as a cowherd. Since I am Paramatma, the gopis accept me as their dear husband. Only externally they regard Krishna as their illegal lover, Upapati. For it is said in the part of a verse, I alone and their dearmost beloved, and indeed their very self. Internally they see Krishna as their husband, for they say, O Uddhava, it is indeed regrettable that Krishna resides in Mathura. Does he remember his father's household affairs and his friends, the cowherd boys? O great soul, does he even talk about us, his maidservant? When will he lay our heads on his agru scented hand? The revealers of the mantras also reveal this in Agamas. In the mantra, the word Gopi Jana Vallabha are used successively. By taking the root meanings of the word, three meanings are given. And the secret conclusion of the scriptures is revealed after explaining the superficial meaning. Gautami Tantra says, those persons possessing truth know that the gopis means Prakriti. Jana means their assembly of all the material elements. The shelter of Prakriti and its elements is the Lord, since he is the final cause and pervades everything. Or Gopi can mean the spiritual Prakriti. Jana can mean the assembly of secondary forms of the Lord. The Lord Ishvara, known as Krishna, is called Vallabha, the mask of Lakshmi and other forms of God. Vallabha means the supreme light, condensed bliss. The Lord of cause, Prakriti, and the effect elements is thus glorified by the Shrutis in this mantra. Another meaning is that Krishna is the husband of many cohort women who achieved perfection. After many births, he who is the son of Nandana, increases this bliss of the three worlds. The first meaning of Gopi is material Prakriti, and the second meaning is the spiritual energy. Jana means material elements like Mahatattva. Vishnu Puran says the word Bhagavan means he who is filled with Gnana, Shakti, Bala, Aishwarya, Virya, and Tejas with no inferior qualities. The word Aneka Janma Siddhanam have a similar meaning as Krishna's words to Arjuna. Both you and I have taken many births. The gopis take birth many times but are eternal. The perception of Krishna as an Upapati is illusion, since the word Pati, husband, is used in this verse to indicate the meaning of Vallabha. The word Va indicates the final conclusion. Brahma, investigating the Prakrita pastime, says explicitly, I worship the Supreme Lord Govinda, Ananda Chinmaya Rasa Pradibhavitave, Taviryayeva Nijarupataya Kalavi, Golokayeva Nivasati Akilatma Bhuto, Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. I worship the Supreme Lord Govinda, who, though regarding all the inhabitants as his very self, resides in Goloka exclusively with the young gopis who are embodiments of Madhur Ras, accept them as his wives, while they respond to his conjugal affection reciprocally. In the Brahma Samhita verse, the word is in his own form, which is eternally perfect, described as his expansion, Kalabhi. This does not refer to the gopis who have an appearance of Parakya Bhav during the Prakata pastimes. This is also seen from the sense of the word Sriya Kanta Kanta Paramapurusha Drumavo Chintamani Ganamayam Twayamamrutam Kataganam Natyam Gamanamapi Vamsi Priyasaki Chidanandam Gopis. There is no relationship of the Upapati between the Paramapurusha and his consorts. In the Kasi Kanda, Yamaraj says, O husband of the gopis, O master of the Yadus, O son of Vasudeva. In musical scriptures, it is said, the infinite husband of the gopis is controlled by the sound of his flute. In the future, in Gita Govinda, it will be said, the mind of the husband Krishna became pinned down. With this intention, it is said while indicating something else. O beautiful woman, since I cannot attain you, who will marry someone else? I, Shiva, A fool drinking poison remained apprehensively on the bank of the milk ocean, remembering Radha by those previous words throwing off the edge of her garment. Krishna gazed upon the bird like Radha, may he protect you. Gita Govinda. Elsewhere it is said, I am the servant of the lotus feet of the husband of the gopis. In Shankaracharya's Yamuna Tamp Stotra, it is said, you should have attraction for the lotus feet of the husband of Radha. In Lalita Madhava, the marriage of Radha and others to Krishna is clearly described. In Ujjwal Nirmali, by showing lack of relationship of the young girls with other men, marriage is accepted according to the conclusions of Lalita Madhava, with the stage of Sambhoga called Samruddhima, permanent union after long separation. In Sridhar Swami's commentary on the Bhagavatam, it says that Rushavasya Jagu Krityami means the gopis sang about the activities of their husband. When Parikshit asks questions, Sukadeva makes it clear that relationship with Paramatma is the relationship with the husband. To understand the external situation, all the gopis marrying other men. So in this way, we can understand this will go on. This pastime goes for quite long, but we can understand now the Barsana Dham is the place where Srimati Radharani lived with Vrushabhan Maharaj and Kirtida Sundari. Long story, but we don't have time. We'll just describe the places because otherwise it goes back to the multiple pastimes are there of whole Barsana Dham where Lord Brahma himself during creation prayed and Lord Brahma himself is residing. There are four hills, Vilasgarh, Mangarh, the two others, four different places. Lord Brahma is residing. So even the three mothers, one time they are on the Pita planet, forefather planet, went to Vaikuntha. At the time, the four Kumaras are there. They didn't bow down. This morning also I saw someone didn't bow down. So some Mataji. So not a good sign. So as soon as we see the deities, we should bow down to the Prabhupada and bow down to not standing. That those who doesn't know, but if they are coming to the temple, they should first thing they have to bow down. Half for a woman and men, it's full prostrated obeisances. That is the injunction of Shastra. Otherwise, it's an offense. They didn't bow down to four Kumaras. Then they were cursed by the four Kumaras. So at that time, these three women. Then Lord Vishnu, Lord Narayan came out. Don't worry, they were lamenting, oh, what to do now? Then Lord Narayan told, okay, don't worry, this I decide that's it happened. So you three will be the cause of the three great personalities for their appearance. Mother Parvati, Mother Sita, and Srimati Radharani. You will become the mothers of their parents. So the Parvati's mother is Menaka, one of them appeared as Menaka, one of them appeared as Sunaina, Mother Janaki, and the Janak Maharaj's wife. So then Srimati Radharani is Suchandra and I forget her name. Himavati, not Himavati, I forget. The third. So three mothers who went there. So three of them appeared like this. But you have to wait. The third personality is the wife and husband. As later on they become Rishabhan, they expand as Rishabhan Maharaj, and they have to wait almost 10,000 years or so. When it comes to the 28th day of Brahma, uh, why was the mantra at that time? So that's what is going on. That's when Srimati Radharani, Lord Krishna appears and then Radharani, Dwapara particularly. So accordingly, so they were there in Brahmaloka for quite long time. Then they expanded themselves when time arose. Then they expanded themselves as Vrishabhanu Maharaj and Kirtida Sundari. So in Barsana Dham, Rawal is part of this Barsana Dham. So that's where that's the description. There are many other pastimes. There are three or four different pastimes of Barsana Dham. Goes back to different incidents. Now, the Barsana Dham has almost 14, 15 places. So, various places. The first one is Sriji Mandir or Ladli Mandir of Srimati Radharani. So, it is there. This is the most beautiful and topmost place. So, where this temple is built on the site of Vrishabhan Maharaj's palace where Radharani used to live. There are some other pastimes also. Another devotee also built another beautiful temple But Sri Radharani didn't want it to come there and being worshipped because he thought this place where Radharani lives is not good enough. So you should have a proper temple. He built a temple. But Radharani said, I cannot come. I am most satisfied at my place where I am. Then seeing that Srimad Radharani didn't desire, so whatever her happiness is, he's fine. That's what he wanted to do. So that's why that temple is there. But she didn't want it to move from her birthplace. Sriji Mandir, Lordly Mandir, where Srimati Radharani is there eternally. So, yeah, is also known as Lari Lal Mandir, Lari Lal Mandir. So, Larry Lee and Lala. So, were the childhood forms of Radha and Krishna. The word Larry Lee means dearly beloved daughter. Lala means dearly beloved son. So, that is Radha and Krishna. So that is the deities. This deity was discovered at Barsana by Sri Narayan Bhatt, who also built the original temple with the help of Raja Todarmal. This is also another great king, so appointed minister, Akbar minister. And then another place is Rishabhanu Kund, Kirtida Kund and Rishabhanu Kund. This is the Kund. Even in Vrindavan we have Balaram Kund also. Some of these places are not well known much. And this is a celebrated where Srimad Radharani's father Vrishabhanu Maharaj used to bathe. So in different places that has been explained, Bhakti Ratnakar and other places. And same thing with the Kirtidakun, where mother of Srimad Radharani used to bathe. So it is near Banukor. So then we have Brajeshwar Mahadev Mandir, which is also there. It is Lord Shiva was installed by Radharani's father Vrishabhanu Maharaj used to worship Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is always there. That's when Vrindavan we have Nandiswar Hill. Lord Shiva is always there. He is a Kshetrapal. As Gopeshwar Mahadev is there, we take his blessing before we do the parikramas in Vrindavan. So, and he's there pretty much. He's next to the house of Nanda Maharaj. He goes to take darshan of the Lord. So all these pastimes are there. So that's Rajeshwar Mahadev Mandir is there where Vrishabhanu Maharaj worship Lord Shiva. So that is there. Next, Sankari Kora is a place where it is this is a valley between the Brahmagiri Parvat and Vilas Parvat. As I mentioned, Lord Brahma is there eternally in Barsana Dham. Lord Krishna regularly used to stop the gopis and tax in Dhanakeli Kaumudi. There is a book written by Sri Rupa Goswami, if I remember correctly. So Lord Krishna used to go and tease the gopis and collect the taxes as though he is the master or he is the landowner there. So that those are the pastimes. So that's why here Sankari means narrow and Kora means sacred place where Lord Krishna used to perform this pass can stop the gopis and demand tax from letting them pass through the narrow pass. So Keli means game, tax collection means Dana Keli. So those are the pastimes Lord used to perform this. So that's why it's called Sankari Kora. They used to take all the yogurt, milk, all those things. So Lord used to stop them and take taxes from them. So that is that pastime. And then Vilasgarh. Vilasgarh is situated on the hill known as Vishnu Parvat. Lord Vishnu, there are many pastimes. All of them together. Mother Anasuya pastime is there. King Dilip's pastime is there. All this related to the Barsana Dham. How this pastime happened, why. So many reasons. So one of the Lord Vishnu is also residing. The Vishnu Parvat. Lord Brahma is also residing. Brahmagar, I said. So this is Vilasgarh. This is on the top of the Vishnu Parvat, the manifested Lord Vishnu. So where Lord performed beautiful pastime. Gar means a secluded place that is there where Ras Leela pastimes used to happen. Also, then we have Chitra Stali. Again, the eight gopis appeared in these nearby. Radharani appeared in Barsana, like that. Other gopis appeared. One of the gopis, Chitra. She appeared in Chitra Stali. So that is called Chikshauli or Chitra Stali. And then we have Dohani Kund. The milking of the cows used to be a big place, thousands of cows. All the milk used to be kept in this place. This is on the outside of the Chiksholi. where Rishabhanu Maharaj kept his Goshala and milking the cows takes place. So this is the Kunda, so the famous place. One time that Lord Krishna jokingly, while milking the cow, he squirted Radharani. He went there. Radharani was there, standing. How she's seeing how Krishna is milking the cows. Then she squirted the milk on the face. So Radharani face at that time. So there is another pastime. Then we have Krishna Kunda or Gahwara One. There is a Gahwara One forest nearby. So that's where this is below Mayur Kutir. There is another famous place. Uh, the Mayur Kutir. This More Kuti is also called, where Mayur means peacock. This pastime happened where uh, peacock came and was praying to Krishna, but no one was listening, no one was helping anything. So then, but finally, he's been told that you should go to Barsana dham and call out to Radhe, Radhe. Then all your problems will be solved. So that's how Peacock came to Barsana dham and called out, and Radharani gave her mercy, and so that's how then the dancing, then the Krishna gave his that your wishes will be fulfilled. So that's how then Peacock goes this time and again. And then this time, so Peacock gives her feather, and then Krishna dances. So then the pastime also Radha and Krishna becoming both Mayur peacocks, both on dances also. Both of them become peacocks. All these are there in this. It's Mayur Kuti or More Kuti, small cottage. So just Lord Krishna like to dance because peacocks are very attracted to Krishna's flute. They dance and Krishna also dance. Who dances better? Radharani used to tell him, you don't know how to dance. Krishna used to learn all his lessons in this place. Barsana Dham, so many pastimes. All his lessons of singing, lessons of dancing, lessons of playing flute also. All these things are there here. Mayur Kuti or More Kuti. And then Mangar, where Srimati Radharani becomes, shows her anger, Man, jealous, so all those things. So it's all transcendental, nothing material about it. All these pastimes are nothing to increase. So Lord's excitement, rasa, increase the rasa. That's how this pastime. And then Danagar, Danamal. This is the top of the Brahmagiri Parvat, where Lord Brahma. So again, there also Lord Krishna used to exact taxes from the gopis, Danakeli, like the Danagar. This is, and then Kushal Bihari Mandir. This is Jaipur's temple. Built by Maharaj Jaipur. Built this temple for the pleasure of Radharani. I think this is the place I was talking about. Kushal Bihari. So, but Radharani didn't want her to come there. She's happy at the place where she is. Then we have PL Sarovar, Pil Pokhara. This is a famous pastime. One day, Radharani, accompanied by her friends, went to Nandagram where she met Krishna's mother Yashodamai. Upon seeing the exquisite beauty of culture, behavior of Srimati Radharani, Yashodamai yearned with her heart that Radha should become her daughter-in-law by getting her married to her darling son Krishna. Yashodamai was so carried away with the idea that she mixed some yellow turmeric paste and began applying it for Radharani's hands. As is the custom when the would-be bride visit the house, this is what latest modern day became the whatever that function, haldi function, whatever. See, this is the original tradition is different. Now it became something else lately. Applying Radharani's hands as is the custom, the would-be bride visits the house and her future mother-in-law. After feeling greatly honored by the affection shown by Mother Yashoda, Radha left with her friends for Varsana. Observing the bright yellow color of her hands, Radharani began to feel rather embarrassed and began to ponder what people of Varsana, especially her family members, might think if she arrived home with the yellow-colored hands of would be bright. Therefore, Radharani rushed to the nearby lake known as P.L. Sarovar and diligently began washing up all the yellow or the turmeric on her hands. And that's why it's called P.L. Sarovar, P.L. Pokra. In this way, we can understand. On northern side of Banupura is P.L. Sarovar, where Radha and Krishna perform various sports. So in this way, there are so many pastimes. So already 7 o'clock. I'll stop here. But it's endless. I haven't described all the pastimes, but we can go on. So Radharani, Srimad Radharani Vaibhav Maham Mahotsav ki Jai, Shri Shri Radha Syam Sundar ki Jai.